Done. So let's get started with our opening prayers to get the session underway. A very warm welcome to all of you. Hope you're having a great start to your day or had a wonderful day. Let me share my screen and we will get started then. Okay, it's a recap session we are talking about. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, we'll do our opening prayers. You're welcome to follow along on mute, of course, at your place. So we will get started. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. All right. Radhe Radhe. Good morning, good evening, everyone. So we invoke the blessings of God and Guru. Krishna is, of course, the original Jagat Guru because he's the source, he's the cause of all causes and the source of the perfect knowledge that we are receiving. And Guru is called Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. So he's called Brahma because he provides us with the knowledge, maintains the knowledge, and destroys the ignorance. So all three things Guru does: provides it, maintains it, Yogakshem, and destroys the ignorance as well. Okay, that is why Guru is according the status of all three: Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Okay, so let's get started. I think we have a couple of things lined up today. So what's the agenda? Let's look at it. Okay, there's going to be a poll today. Poll quiz today. You're going to test your knowledge on some of the concepts that we've been talking about. And we will do it in a poll format so that everybody can participate. And then we have a Seva team presentation. And today it is V. V stands for Vinamra team. Okay, and I'm looking forward to this presentation from the Vinamra team. And I can already see their captain with a big smile. Okay, so let's launch the poll. We will have a bit of a discussion on the poll, the quiz questions before we get into the presentation of Urvi, okay, which is going to be very exciting with a lot of surprises is what I'm hearing. So let's get started. Rahul, we can launch the poll and we will get underway to talk about. Everybody can take a bit of time to answer these questions and then we'll go one by one to recap these questions and seeing how our understanding is.
Yes, I just launched the poll. Can you see the? I hope
yes,
you can see that.
I can see that, and I think everybody should be able to submit their responses as well. Okay. So yeah, I would encourage all of you. We have close to 40 participants right now, more joining. So everybody should participate in the poll and take the benefit of testing your knowledge around it, what we've been talking about. All right, the first is ritualistic ceremonies can take the soul up to. That's an interesting question. They can take a soul up to celestial abodes, moksha, spiritual abodes, all of the above. Okay, these are good options. The second one is, okay, only one is responding. Okay, now people are catching up. That's good. Demigods are in charge of the administration of the universe and controllers of Yog Maya. Okay, that's an interesting one too. Worshipping dash is like watering dash of a tree. Okay. If we choose to worship the Supreme Lord, it will make the demigods angry and can lead to even retaliation from them. That's an interesting one. And then celestial abode has been termed as all jails. Okay, no good option here at all. Huh? And demigods can perform actions to change, modify their destiny. Okay. All right, lot of Tattva Gyan in these questions. So let's check out how you have understood. We have 40 participants. All of you should be participating. I'll give you an ample amount of time, and in between I'll keep on talking so that you are adequately entertained while you are answering the questions. At least I'll try. So please do take this opportunity to answer all the questions that we see on the screen. And you can, if you are not able to because of any technical problem, you can still note it down on a piece of paper and validate it and cross-check if you are getting it right or not. I like when, you know, all the four options are in play. Okay, a little bit of controversy is definitely needed. Some people are saying that ritualistic ceremonies can give us moksha. Some are saying spiritual abodes as well. Okay, that's interesting. Somebody's saying all of the above. We'll go to all the places, which is the most exciting answer I've seen. All right, demigods, true, false. They are in charge of administration and controllers of Yogmaya. Somebody's saying true to that, okay, and false as well. Worshipping, okay, root is common. None of the above is also common. Nobody's saying leave so far. True, false, both are there. All jails. Bronze, nobody seems to like it. Okay, that's good. All right, we have more than 40 participants now, close to 50, I would say. So let's give them a little bit of time. It'll probably take about 15 minutes of discussion to wrap it up. I want to give ample time to Urvi so that she can surprise us. Now, demigods can perform actions to change, modify their destiny. All right, it's a split verdict as well. Okay, I think all the options are in place. So Rahul, you have done a good job because it's truly going to test our Tattva Gyan now. And today is Friday, right? Tattva Gyan is fantastic TGIF. We have spoken about that concept as well. So we are going to go through some of these concepts today. So I'll give a few more minutes to you, maybe 3 more minutes because we have 42 participants and remaining 14 can participate as well. 66 participation, we should be close to 80-90%. So these are important concepts because one is around the rituals. We consider puja means rituals, right? Morning, evening, we will do our kirtan arti, tan tan tan, and that is what the puja is, or spirituality becomes for us. And then we have a lot of faith in demigods, Devi Devtas. Especially, we are very scared of them, that if we'll not do it, I don't know what's going to happen. So these are key concepts that we have touched upon, and it's important we are on the same page. And what does the worship of God versus demigod mean? That is also a very important concept. And whether demigods will take a personal offense or they have an ego problem when you go to God directly is what we are going to talk about as well. And celestial abode, is it really a place we should aspire for? Is also we're going to talk about. And demigods, can demigods change their own destiny or do something to get closer to God, or what kind of freedom do they have when they are born or reincarnated as a demigod in their lives? So great questions. We'll probably give 2 more minutes for the new participants to respond to it as well. I would encourage everybody. We are getting close to 80%, which is good. I would encourage everybody. We should be more close to 90%. And then we can start our discussion around these topics. Okay, we still have some participants joining in. So today, Friday, we do it a little differently. We don't recite shlokas. So people might be thinking, okay, let them finish off recitation of shlokas and then we'll join. But today you need to join a little early because we launched the poll. It will give you more time. Yes, Surendraji, you wanted to say something?
First question, the options is missing. I thought none of the 3.
Ritualistic ceremonies can is opening up a possibility.
I think celestial abodes, moksha, spiritual abodes, ritualistic things are more of a scares. They are due to scare by the.
Yeah, ritualistic means karm kand, basically. Do's and don'ts in our script. This, you do that, this mantra for this thing, this ceremony for this occasion. This is how you please a particular devata. So those ritualistic activities we are talking about, fasting and other things. That is what the question is. Okay, we'll probably give 1 more minute and then we will get started with our discussion, today's discussion. Let me check the time. I want to make sure. Maybe the countdown will start shortly and then we get started with our discussion. T1, 2. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. We are close to 80%, which is good. You can still respond if you get a time. So first one is ritualistic ceremonies can take the soul up to. It opens up the potential. Now, people have gone with all the options. Majority has gone with the first option, celestial abodes, which is the correct answer. So if you perform Vedic injunctions, performs the rituals, be a good person, then the max you can reach is celestial abode. Okay, so this is the concept. Somebody said moksha also. That is not the correct answer. For moksha, ritualistic activities are not enough. Spiritual abodes, definitely not. Ritualistic activities will take you only to material abodes. Okay, better and higher material abodes, but not spiritual abodes. All of the above is, of course, not right. Okay, moving on to the next question. Demigods are in charge of the administration of the universe and controllers of Yogamaya. Now, somebody has said true and somebody has said false. Majority has said false, which is correct. Controllers, administration of the universe is right. However, controllers of Yogamaya is not. So it makes it false. So whoever said true is partially correct. Okay, if it was purely administration of the universe, or even the universal forces, I would say, then kind of a thing. But it is otherwise they don't control Yogamaya. They are under the sway of Yogamaya. Demigods, they are like you and I at an elevated state, of course. But Jivatmas, they are like an ordinary Jivatma who have been elevated to that position because of their karmas, sanskars, and some of the meritorious deeds that they would have performed. And it is quite possible we also have been through this kind of a birth where we have become demigods in one of our lifetimes, including the king of demigods, which is Indra himself. Okay. So that is what the concept is. So demigods, they are in charge of the administration, all the Vayu, Agni, all the forces of the nature, they control that, and to maintain the harmony of this universe, but they are not the controllers of Yogamaya. Yogamaya is only under the power of God. Okay, Yogamaya is God's power. They don't control Yogamaya. Okay, they are ordinary souls like you and I. Not ordinary, they have become extraordinary because now they have become demigods. So they're elevated souls, but Jivatmas only. Worshipping is like, dash is like watering dash of a tree. So somebody said none of the above. Somebody said demigod root. Somebody said supreme god root. So let's look at this concept. Are you able to see my screen? Sorry. So it's like this. The smartest strategy of either you can go and keep on watering each and every twig, leaf of a tree, or you simply water the root and it will get directed to wherever the water is needed. So when we worship God, it is like watering the root, not the demigod. When you're worshipping demigod, you might have picked up a particular leaf of that tree. It doesn't help. So when you do that, it is just like paying taxes. Do you go to each hospital, each road, and each municipality to give money for whatever public work you want to do? You don't. You simply go to IRS, pay your taxes, and it gets funneled. Okay, hopefully at the right place. Similarly, when we worship God, it is like giving water to the root. It will automatically get directed to where it is needed. Okay, so that is the concept of offering tan man dhan to God. It is watering the root. You don't have to necessarily go to each demigod and individually start watering them just because you are scared of them, right? It's like if you are scared of grahas or grahas, right? Navgrahas, people say in their kundali, some Rahu Ketu have started troubling them. If you worship Hanumanji, he is the in charge of all the grahas, right? Because when he went to Lanka, he actually rescued all the Navgrahas from Ravan. Navgrahas were captured by Ravan. So he rescued them. So Navgraha's master, you have directly gone to him. And if you go to his master, Lord Ram or Lord Krishna, then even better. So we can worship God fearlessly without having to worry about demigods. So I hope this concept is clear now. The next one is, if we choose to worship the Supreme Lord, it will make the demigods angry and can lead to even retaliation from them. Of course not. Okay. Indra tried his luck. Krishna put him in place. We know that in Krishna Leela, when he said, okay, why are you worshipping Indra? Go worship Govardhan. That Leela was enacted to prove this point that you don't have to fear demigods, right? It's their job to do that when you're doing your sacrifices. And when you worship God, demigods will automatically be pleased. It's like you are going to their master. So they will be pleased. It's not that they will take a personal offense or they have a huge ego problem. Okay, don't go to my boss and you just need to come. No, nothing of that sort. So fearlessly, we should approach worship of God. And if you have too many demigods lying on your altar, feel free to consolidate it to one Ishtadev. Okay, because if you do little bit of this, little bit of that, and then you'll worry Shanidev has gotten missed out, he may get upset or this, then I think it's not a good mindset to have, because then you are spreading thin and you will not have ananyata or the depth that you need to keep progressing on the path of spirituality. Ek sadhe, sab sadhe na koi. Okay. So that is the whole idea about this. And demigods will actually be pleased when you worship God, and it is like watering the root. So go to God. Why would you want to deal with ministers when you have access to the president, right? Smart people, they directly go to the president. They don't worry about Devi Devtas and all that stuff, okay? Especially getting scared for every second thing. All right, so hopefully this concept is clear as well. Celestial abode Swarg has been termed as a copper jail, silver jail. Somebody has said bronze jail also. None of the above. Actually, the answer is none of the above. Majority has gotten it right, which is fine. It is called a golden shackle. So just a cosmetic thing. But if you think copper is better than golden, you can call it copper jail also. But it is called a golden jail, golden shackles. Okay. So it's not a great aspiration to go to Swarg. Dumb people who don't understand devotion properly, aspire for Swarg. Okay, just by aspiring also, you don't get Swarg. You still have to do good deeds. You still have to act in accordance with our scriptures. You may have to do karma kand also, right, to perfection, or at least major part of your life should be spent in sattvic deeds. Then you get Swarg. Okay, so Swarg is like a luxury, what do you call that, birth, but it's called a golden shackles because you are still in material world. Okay, it's a luxury jail, but it is still a jail. So don't think of Swarg as a place that one should aspire for or to go for. Yes, Samji, you had a question on that?
Yeah, regarding the celestial abodes, because the choices out of those three were relatively, out of all these choices, copper, silver, and bronze. I know if the golden is not there. Out of these three, whatever the best is there, which is silver, that's why I think many of us, including me, chose it.
So that was a trick question from Rahulji in that case. So good job, Rahul.
Whatever out of these three, the best one.
Yeah, I think if the concept is clear, I think doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. Silver is probably the most expensive of these. So people thought, okay, relatively, it is a silver jail. That's fine. But yeah, the concept is the same. It is like, if you want to repeat in material world, best place is actually to become humans. Okay, we'll talk about that.
If this question would have been a numbered, or let's say some kind of valuable thing, how will you rate that one answer? In case it is a real examination out of these choices. So what the person will fail or pass in this question?
If the question is all relatively, celestial abode has been termed as which one of this, relative one you will pick. So if the word relative comes, then silver, of course. But in the session, if we have discussed as a golden, then fine. But I will not read too much into it.
Okay.
So what teacher would do is it will term it as a controversial question and grace everybody 1 mark.
Okay.
The fourth option is also there. You have already given none of the above.
Right. But I think the concept is clear. So that's what matters, because it is a jail. Okay. Swarg is not something that you have arrived spiritually or you are beyond Maya. Swarg means it is still a jail. So Swargvasi aspiration for our ancestors is not good. Okay. Let's change that thing. Okay. Golokiya Shri would be better rather than Swargiya Shri. Okay. If you want to really wish somebody spiritual progress. Now, the last one is demigods can perform actions to change, modify their destiny. Everybody has answered, which is good. And it's kind of false. Most of you have answered it right. They cannot. So basically, these are called bhog yonis, where we look at when we go to ATM, either we make a deposit or we make a withdrawal. So these yonis, you can only make a withdrawal. You cannot make a deposit. And that is why even the demigods or the celestial gods, they want to be reborn as a human, because they are situated in a perfect knowledge. They understand, the mistake that they did when they became humans, they did not complete their journey and they are still stuck in this cycle of 8.4 million. However, when they again come back and born as a human, again, they forget, right? Again, they keep on repeating. So the point here is that when you go into bhogyonis, whether it is celestial abodes or hell, they are called bhogyonis, where you simply exhaust your merit or pay for all your sins and then again come back to neutral and get reborn as a human or any other species. So they are called bhogyonis, where you are not allowed to make deposits, any further deposits. You can only make withdrawals and then you are out. You are again back into 8.4 million. So hope it makes sense. Any questions on any concept that we have spoken about which seemed controversial? 75% of you participated, which is good. And I hope it shed light on some of the topics where you thought, you could get moksha by the, all this ritualistic activities and the fact that Yogamaya is, superior to demigods and all those things. Yes, Sandhya, you had a question?
Not really a question, but a comment. Like in the fifth question, which you termed as controversial, I think some people
now here is a jail, okay, that came in session. It is a golden jail, I can see that.
Yeah. No, actually some people got the grace mark because they thought that it is not a jail, and from that perspective they chose none of the above, and it turned out to be correct.
Yes. So if you said none of the above, then if you said none of the above, thinking of gold jail, you are right. But if you said none of the above, thinking that it is actually going to spiritual realm or something like that, then you are incorrect. So you need to decide for yourself whether you're right or wrong. Okay. It really depends on why you chose that option. But hopefully we are able to shed some light on these topics that we have been talking about. It's a very important concept. Okay. Demigod and God. When I understood it for the first time, it was an aha moment for me. I said, all right. There are demigods and then there is a god, and what's the difference between them and all that stuff. So it's a very important concept to understand. Okay, with that, now we come to the business end of any other question anybody has before we get into that part. Any comments or anything?
Listen, I have a question regarding the demigods. Like in case somebody like Indra and everybody else, after they finish their karmas, do they come? They call 8.4, but more likely they are going to be in the human form, because in the very first place they went to Swarg, golden jail, because of their merits, good merits. Probably they don't have anything bad karma.
There's nothing stated in scriptures that after you finish your tenure or a post as a demigod or a celestial being, then at least human birth is assured. At least I haven't come.
Yeah, that's what I want to.
One of the sages has said that when he shows Indra was building, had asked Vishwakarma to build the best possible palace, right? So one of the sages who was there, he showed Indra, the ants who were walking. And he said, I have seen so many ants you know, who these ants are? These are all the previous Indras. So why are you building such a big thing here? Right? As if you're going to stay here. So then Indra was like, okay, really? All these ants, you know, tons of ants he saw, and all of them had become Indra in the previous lives. So there is no guarantee, but only God knows, you know, if you have, see the instruction, if you look at it for the people at celestial abodes is dumb. Dumb means restrain yourself. So if people do that, and if God thinks them worthy enough to put them back on earth, it may be possible, but we don't know, right? If let's say as a devata, you have exercised restraint because you have, there is no limit to the amount of luxury you can enjoy, sensual pleasures you can enjoy. And if you have exercised dumb, maybe there is a way God puts you back as a human, but I don't know if there's an algorithm.
More likely they will come as a maybe 99.99% of a human being. After becoming human, they may be doing bad karmas, and that's why they went into the ant form after that.
Possible.
But immediately after coming from the Svarga,
It's a matter of
they will be on the
speculation. It's a matter of speculation because there's no scriptural validation around this part. So yeah, we can speculate and think, you know, that might be the case, but scriptures don't say that, you know, after Swarg, definitely you'll be born as a human being, right? You'll become an Aishwarya Rai or you'll be born at a Bill Gates house. Nothing of that sort scriptures say. On the contrary, if you have worked really hard on your spirituality and made it a priority, then God assures you a human birth in a family where your basic needs are taken care of, or in a very spiritual religious family where right from the word go, you get that kind of an environment, which is considered better than getting a celestial abode because of the fact that you can make deposits as well. So that's how it goes. Okay, so with that, let's get to Urvi. She has some surprises up her sleeve. I'm looking forward. So we have Vinamra team who are going to make their presentation today after fascinating and a thrilling presentation given by our Ananya team. Over to you, Urvi. I'm going to stop share and resume share after you're done with your presentation. Okay. So here you go.
Okay, Radhe Radhe everyone. So I'll share my screen and
Yes, please.
so is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, Vinamrata. I can see that now. And by the way, thank you so much for so many people have turned on their videos today, which is very, very heartening to see all of you. So thank you, everybody. Yes, go ahead, Urvi, all yours.
Yeah, so like we are from Team Vinamra, so we're presenting about Vinamrata or humility, and it is known as the king of virtues. So before moving ahead, let us hear from Swamiji that what does it mean to be truly humble in life? So
you might want to share
Audio, you have to audio share, Urvi.
Yeah.
okay, just a minute.
Yes. So yeah, we could hear your dog bark. So you need to, what you need to do when you share, there's an audio share option as well.
Okay, so I have to stop share and share again.
Yes. Stop share, resume it again. When you share, look at the audio share option. Otherwise, we'll probably end up hearing your dog only.
Okay, so it's like share sound. There's an option.
Yes, share
for
sound, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Samji is saying Vinamra means politeness, not humility. Okay. We'll get into it.
Yeah, so let's see. My screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Humbleness doesn't mean I'm good for nothing. Humbleness means without the grace of God, I am not able to do anything. So, attributing all virtues to His blessings and being aware of our deficiencies and motivated to remove them.
Okay, so this is the true meaning of humbleness. Now, let us go ahead and see that why is humility the king of virtues? So the reasons are: first, giving up pride and becoming humble makes us aware of our limitations of the intellect and helps us overcome the lack of faith in God, Guru, and scriptures. And the Persian poet Rumi has stated that the ego is a veil between humans and God. And the second reason is that primarily some obstacles on the path of surrender are Jim Bhav, Amrit Bhav, and Maya Bhav. These are the lack of simplicity, hypocrisy, and the desire for praise. So, like when we start engaging in devotion, so rather than pleasing God with our sadhana, sometimes it may happen that we start focusing upon getting praises and all those things. So that is Maya Bhav, and all these things are together known as Kapuya Charan. So ultimately, they all indicate towards lack of humbleness, and it is a major obstacle in the path of surrender to God. All lack of simplicity, hypocrisy, desire for praise, all these are lack of humbleness. So, moving ahead, let us see what saints have to say about humility. So, first of all, the ego. Because of the ego, we don't offer much of reverence to devotion, and on the contrary, humility is the first step and foundation of spirituality. And this was stated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that be humbler than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree. Do not desire any respect for yourself while giving all respect to others. In this state of mind, always chant the names of God. In his Shikshashtakam, verse 3. So the foundation for spiritual practice is humility. And this was also the same thing was stated by Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj as well. So let us hear it from Maharaj.
तो दीनता, नम्रता, ये सबसे पहला काम, पहला अध्याय भक्ति के विषय में इतनी दीनता हो.
And then sage Narad in his Bhakti Darshan also states that God hates pride and he loves humbleness. Now let us hear it from our participants. And before that, I would also like to inform everyone that there's a magic formula to develop humbleness. But the magic formula is a surprise and it will be revealed at last. So first, let us hear about practicing humbleness of intellect from Sai Ramji.
Radhe Radhe. God loves nothing more than humbleness. Pride will be the biggest downfall in our spiritual path. So we must always try to convince our mind and intellect to not ever bring pride into it. We must always understand that it is through the grace of God that we find a Guru, and it is through the grace of a Guru that we find God. At no point in time we should think that our sadhana or austerities or any penance that we practice or devotion that we do makes us deserve the grace of God. It is important that we submit our mind and intellect to the lotus feet of God and Guru and learn their teachings. Try to understand it as much as we can, and even if we don't understand it completely, know and have faith that whatever they're teaching us is the truth and follow that without cross-questioning it. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Now let us hear from Swati ji about humbleness while giving in charity.
Radhe Radhe.
All belongs to God. He is the proprietor of all creation. So whatever we got from Him, we have given it back to Him. But we should feel happy that God has chosen me, given me opportunity to serve Him. It is because of His grace I got this thought of giving in charity. Otherwise, I am such a fallen soul, that I would have never thought of doing such an act. In charity, we say that our left hand should not know what our right hand is giving. It should be done secretly. Once given, forget it. Let's understand this by the story of the Raja Raghu, one of the most charitable person. Raghu was the ancestor of Lord Ram. Raghu was the king of Ayodhya. Once he decided to do Vishvajit Yagya. There is a rule in this Yagya that you should give whatever you possess in charity. Raja Raghu followed all this rule. He gave away all whatever he has collected money from the people. He said that whatever I have collected, is not mine. It is for not my sake, but to serve them. He started living in hut, wore beggar clothes, started begging in the earthen pot in his own kingdom. One day he was drinking water in the earthen pot. Some people were talking and praising their king. He is so tani. Those words fell on the Raja Raghu's ear. He called them and said, "What are you saying? Why are you praising your king? Go and ask your king. When he came in this world from his mother's womb, what did he bring with him? He came empty-handed. What was it of his that he gave? Even this body he has received from this world is not of his own."
Now, let us hear from Lakshmi ji about humbleness while performing good deeds.
Practicing humbleness while we perform the good deeds. If we become proud of good deeds that we have done, the pride soils our heart and undoes the good we have done. That is why it is important to keep an attitude of humbleness. If I was able to do something good, it is only because God inspired my intellect in a right direction. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "The devotee should be more tolerant than the tree and more submission than the grass. He should offer an honor to others but may not accept any honor for himself." And the sixth aspect of the surrender, the principles of surrender, is to keep away or to leave the pride of being surrendered to God. Or in other words, to keep such an attitude of humility is the sixth principle. Sage Vasishtha advised Lord Ram, "O Ram, externally engage in actions diligently, but internally practice to see yourself as a non-doer and God as the prime mover of all the activities we do. We are the mere instruments in hands of God. Our Guru always takes care of us and inspires us with his teachings and also graces us to allow us to align our free will in the right direction and perform good deeds. Despite efforts of the God and Guru, we are still unable to ultimately do good of getting selfless love for them because the pride is raising its head and the humility is coming down. And we must remember the window and the mirror concept in our life. All the good things we do is because of a grace of Hari and Guru. This is like the window concept, and all the bad things we think and we do are because of our ignorance. That is the mirror concept.
Now, let us see what Rupa ji has to say about humbleness of behavior or politeness.
As per one of the shlokas of Swamiji, Moolam Bhujangai, Shikaram Vihangai, Shakam Plavangai, Kusumani Bringayaha. A sandalwood tree has many utilities. Its roots act as shelter for snakes, while birds make their nest on top of it. Its branches serve as playful spots for monkeys, while flowers cater to honeybees. Similarly, good people offer their help to each and every one. In the same way, every human being has to be like the sandalwood tree, where every part of it is useful to each and every living being. In the same way, every human being should make their life like a sandalwood tree. And one more shloka of Swamiji says, Guni gunam vetti na vetti nirguno, bali balam vetti na vetti nirbalaha. Only good people can appreciate goodness in others. Those devoid of virtues cannot see it in others. Only the strong can truly acknowledge the strength of others, while the weak cannot. Just as the cuckoo appreciates the advent of the spring season and not the crow, and an elephant understands the might of a lion and not a mouse. Never be proud, but show humility towards others. True wisdom lies in being humble.
Now, let us go ahead and check out some signs of pride, which we discussed in the class as well. First is the tendency to find faults in others and not bothering about our own defects. We have got our own homework and we are trying to finish it for others. And the second one is that becoming terribly upset when criticized and extremely pleased when praised. So these are the signs of pride. And we can find it in ourselves and realize that we are not yet humble. And Saint Kabir ji, like he was a saint, and what did he say? He said, "बुरा जो देखन मैं चला, बुरा न मिलिया कोई, जो दिल खोजा आपना, मुझसे बुरा न कोई." I searched for the crooked, but failed to find a single one. When I searched within myself, I found the crooked one. And similar is the story of Guru Dronacharya, Duryodhana, and Yudhishthir, where Duryodhana could not find anyone in the whole Nagar better than him, and Yudhishthir could not find anyone who was worse than him. So that also depicted Yudhishthir's humility and Duryodhana's pride. And now you would be wondering why this little witch is dancing in the right corner in purple dress. So that is because we have a magic formula for developing humbleness, right? And we're going to reveal it now. So the magic formula is, having realized the importance of humbleness and endeavor to develop it, if we still find mounds of pride within ourselves, then pray to the Lord Himself to bestow true humility upon us, as recommended by Jagadguru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. So this is stated by Swamiji in the Golden Rules for Living Your Best Life. And now let us see that why are devotees so humble. This is because they see all the things as they are. When we really look at things the way they are, humility is a natural consequence. So what do they see? They see their body, mind, and intellect as the energies of God. They see their material possessions as the property of God. They see all living beings as parts and parcels of God, and they see themselves as His tiny servants. For more elaborate explanation, like we can refer to Bhagavad Gita 18.56. Swamiji's commentary explained it in that. And we also have some links for meditation to feel humble. And one is a video in which Swamiji is explaining how to develop true humbleness. And okay, so this was a presentation made in loving service of Hari Guru. And but before ending, I would also like to present a poem written by Prabhat Bhaiya about humbleness while serving Hari Guru. So as we've discussed in the class as well, that grace of God and Guru is not a whimsical act, and grace of God comes to us through the Guru. So to grace us, they provide us the opportunity to serve them. God Himself serves the Guru, and great personalities, the celestial gods, everyone is there to serve God and Guru. Then why would they require our service? The reason is, when we serve them, we purify ourselves, and they just open their hands to grace us. So while we endeavor to give, and give, in reality we only get, and get. So with the same sentiment, Prabhat Bhaiya has written a poem, and he's given me the opportunity to just sing it for everyone. And it is like the devotional segment maybe, so you will enjoy it. So here it is. Okay, just a moment. Okay, sorry. Just give me a second.
Everybody's spellbound, Urvi. You can take more than 1 second.
Okay, actually, I'm not able to see my see my own screen completely because of the Zoom heading. So the first two lines of the poem, I'm just taking it out. Yeah. So, तेरे चरणों में मेरा मन मेरा होता है सुबह शाम, जिसको लोग कहते हैं सेवा, है वो रूह का आराम। Radhe Shyam Shyam, Shyam Shyam Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam Shyam Shyam. अर्जुन पूछे कृष्ण से क्या क्या राम करूं मैं भगवान, सोच में भी खुद को करता समझना होता है क्या। राधे श्याम श्याम, श्याम श्याम श्याम, राधे राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम। चाहते तो एक पल में ही युद्ध खत्म कर देते दिया वानर सेना को संजीवनी लाए हनुमान। राधे श्याम श्याम, श्याम श्याम श्याम, राधे राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम। So this Team Vinamra is beyond grateful for providing us this opportunity, and all of us thank you for this wonderful opportunity and for patiently looking at our presentation. Thank you so much, Radhe Radhe.
Thank you. Outstanding would be an understatement, Urvi. You guys just owned all the audience with so many, things one after another. It's like it just kept on getting better, and the icing on the cake was that beautiful composition by Prabhat. And I like that part that you actually lended that Nit Seva Mangu tune to the bhajan as well. It was outstanding, I must say that. Now let me share something as well, okay? Now that you have made us spellbound, so much, and I was anticipating it. So let me share something as well. Paki, the way it was a great team effort. I must commend your entire team for that. And Urvi for pulling it off. Like I always say, you've got a wise head on your shoulder. But let me show you something today, okay? And then we will open it up. So now who is a real warrior is the question, okay? Now you're going to see the picture, and the picture that you would see, you will be spellbound on seeing that, okay? You know who this person is? Okay, this is Urvi, okay? Believe it or not. Now, the key thing here is, you see, this is basically who she is. So there's a beautiful quotation. Swamiji says that तीर भाले से जो लड़े ना शूर वीर वो कहलाए, भक्ति तजे माया से लड़े वो शूर वीर कहलाए. Okay, so you have become a shur veer today, so congratulations. But fantastic performance, Urvi. Loved it. I'll open it up. I have seen so many hands who want to talk about or say something about your outstanding presentation today. So I'll open it up since we still have about 15 minutes or so before we close sharp at 10 today. Yes, I can ask.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe, everyone. Outstanding and excellent presentation by Urvi and everyone in the team. You got lucky to have all the outstanding people in your team. So all of them presented so well that all the concept imprinted in our mind so well. And really an awesome presentation. And I should give it to Prabhatji for writing such a wonderful poem. And Urvi composed it very well. The tune suited very well, and I really enjoyed. Thank you so very much, everyone.
Thank you, Anita ji. Yes, it was a pretty outstanding effort. And Urvi, I'm sure you would have galvanized your team, right? By pestering them, calling them, texting them. But it just came out so beautifully well. So commendation to the entire team. Yes, let's hear from others as well.
Before we move on to the next one, I had a comment in the chat and somebody was saying that we need to hear from Urvi once again. So she should present that presentation once again. That was so mesmerizing.
Yeah, I think we can have a lot of presentations now. So we are getting some people's hidden talent coming out, right? Urvi, you are going to become famous very soon. Okay. So yes, we'll have more of such presentations from Urvi.
Radhe Radhe Shri Ramya ji.
Radhe Radhe. It was beyond wow. It was so good. And it was so wholesome. It was presentation, Swamiji's lecture, bhajan. And it was also like a Roop Dhyan when I was listening, and it was so good. And the inclusiveness of the whole team was really good. Very nice done, Urvi. Radhe Radhe.
Yeah, very nice. Wonderful. A lot of creative touches as well. So you truly surprised us in a nice way, Urvi. So keep it up. Yes.
Radhe Radhe, Urvi, and your team member did an excellent job. You did it. Excellent, excellent. And Nitanji rightly commended you that you are Shurvi. So not Urvi, Shurvi. You are a Shurvi. Very good. Thank you. Excellent.
Yeah, the true Shurveer was actually able to take Bhakti along and then, neutralize Maya around. So that is the true Shurveer, not the one who fights the wars. Great going. Yes, Shanji, you wanted to add something as well?
Radhe Radhe Shanji.
Yeah. Radhe Radhe Nitya Sahib, and Radhe Radhe to all the great souls. I'm spellbound. I feel like I rise above the occasion at this moment to offer praise, and I can see Ganesh Baba and Mother Saraswati has poured all the blessings and the team, and to select her to be the chief to expel all this to us. And as you were saying, all of us are in awe. I can go on forever, but I want to give somebody else a chance. Congratulations in team, and excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanji. You summed it up really well. It's like when you try to define a rose, you say a rose is a rose is a rose, right? Christian Bernard Shaw said that. So similarly, people can only say it was excellent and excellent, right? So great. So by the way, that this was the VINAMRA team. So if you want to join Urvi's team, you can still sign up. We have floated this initiative of having 4 teams, and they are doing presentation one by one. As you can see, outstanding presentations. So you can still sign up, and we have so many sevas, right? We're looking for co-hosts in different sessions. So whatever seva you're doing, you can always log in, and it's a great opportunity to build seva in your routine. And if you felt inspired by today's presentation and you want to join Urvi's, the team, that wonderful team that we had, you can do that. We had an Anya team who presented first. So this is an ongoing thing. You can always sign up for that. Yes, Sandhya, you wanted to add something?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't stop but share that first of all, one thing that I loved the most was that we heard both from Swamiji and Maharajji in this presentation, and that was my favorite part. Like, I think my surprise was hearing Maharajji, and that was just beautiful. So thank you so much. Secondly, I think, Urvi, you are the youngest regular participant in the DWFBG sessions, and hats off to you and your team Vinamra for amazing job. And I think you have proven very well that you kind of belong to the land of Mirabai, and you are on the excellent path of bhakti, and I really get inspired from you every time. So thank you so much.
It was very well thought through and conceived, by the way. So Maharajji, Swamiji, and very nice. Words can't do justice to the outstanding stuff you guys did today. Yes, Sumesh ji, you wanted to say something as well? We have time, so we can take a couple of hands.
This presentation was very nice and very interesting. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of ideas, Urvi, for my presentations as well. Okay, so a lot of thoughts are going around how we can make it a little more exciting. Great. Yes, Prashanta ji.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe, everyone. It was an amazing presentation because, I know how hard it is to make a single presentation, while, making animations and doing all those kind of, those things. It takes really a lot of time. I have presented recently in one of these sessions, and I thought I would do it in half an hour, but no, it's not like that, right? It is very tough. So to integrate all those things, to correlate, it is really, really difficult. So, hats off to your dedication and to your team. I don't know how many teams are here, how many people are involved. I'm recently joining, and I don't know, maybe I will be here for 1 week only because I have to go to my hostel after that. So I try to join this session as much as possible. And the most important thing today I want to share is that I was feeling very sleepy because I have not slept quite properly. And after hearing that presentation, right, I felt like, okay, I need to be alert to hear all those things. So thank you. Thank you for making me alert as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Prashanta. Very true. I mean, great. So Urvi, your presentation can make people alert as well. Okay, that's another thing. But to conceive it the way you did, it's pretty outstanding. That's a great skill. Yes, Monica ji, no pressure whatsoever. Okay.
Nitin ji. Radhe Radhe, everyone. Urvi. So I was just talking to Raoji also that I started gathering Swamiji's quotes and videos, and I thought, we are going to surprise everybody. And see, all gone. Now it's even hands down winner, Urvi. I give up already. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It's a good way for us to raise our bars around that. But yeah, I love the first presentation by Ananya team and Vinamra team. You guys are just raising the bar with each thing. So
Raising, Nitin ji, it's
rest.
saturated. Saturation ho gaya.
You guys will do well as well. And where is Shyamji, by the way, today? I don't see him. I think it would have been interesting to hear comments from him today, but I think he conveniently escaped today. But yeah, next Friday, I think, is it your team or Shyamji's team next Friday?
Shyamji's team. Shyamji's team.
You still have time. Okay, he may surprise us as well. So great. See, the good thing is everybody came together and they are able to, pick up such nice examples from the scriptures. Pretty amazing, right? It's a lot of progress, I would say, in that sense. So, but yeah, no pressure whatsoever, Monica ji. You'll do great, I'm sure. Okay, maybe 2 more hands we can really quickly take because Swamiji's lecture is going to start in 2 minutes. But we can quickly take Surendra ji, hear from him, and Lakshmi ji as well, and then wrap it up.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe everyone. See, I just want to say kudos to Urvi ji because she was a back of everyone saying time limit, Monday you had to submit. Then she has given till Wednesday. Then last chance till Friday. So she was so back of us, like a teacher stick with the stick at back of us. So that made me to read more the videos and that thing. So I'm really thankful to Urvi. Thank you, Urvi.
She's doing a simulation for preparing for administrative services. Okay, so she'll become a good leader no matter where she goes. So the fact to drive so many people.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, that too adults. So great. This is a trait of a good leader.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a great team effort as well. But yeah, she really drove you guys hard. I can see that. Yes, Surendra ji.
I only wish to thank Sandhya ji for that. She has selected the presenters for all the 4 SEVA, if I am correct. She might have thought Urvi spells like you are V. You are V double E is V. and she has done fantastically good job. And let us not forget Sandhyaji's selection of such a team.
Yeah, Sandhya, all credit goes to you for having that eye, who should be the team captains. Wonderful job.
That's what I thought. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling that out, Surendraji. Yes, a lot of credit goes to Sandhya as well for that. Wonderful.
Clapping for all of them. Clapping for all of them.
Yes, very true. Yes, Rahul.
Just wanted to remind everyone that we will be having a Sundarkand part tomorrow at RKT Dallas. And then on Sunday, we will be having the Sunday Satsang on the Zoom platform. And if you still want to join the Shivir going on in the ashram, yeah, you are welcome to do that. So those are the major announcements for the weekend.
Great. And we have a Holi festival coming up. Do check it out on JK Yog. Amazing Holi preparations are going to go on, and it's going to get bigger and better every year. Fill out the feedback tracker. Attend the Swamiji's wonderful Shiva that is going on, and stay blessed over the weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week. We'll resume our journey. Again, thank you, Urvi. So after that Sundar presentation, you can attend Sundar part as well, right? Like Rahul spoke about. But great. I think it was a very packed session. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's always good to take a back seat and be a spectator, right? When we have such wonderful presentations. So thank you, everybody, for the enthusiastic participation. And Keshavji, you wanted to say something as well? We are pretty much on time.
Sundar.
Okay.
Everything Sundar.
Yes, Keshavji wanted to say something, I guess, real quick.
My question is how to connect to Swamiji's presentation, please.
Swamiji's presentation, that's a Shiva, right? Maybe we can
share. Yeah, Shiva. How to connect?
Have to register for that?
No, I did not. I didn't know that. Sorry about that.
JK Yog in Shiva. Basically, I don't have that link handy with me, but maybe I can post it in the chat.
Please.
Register for it though. Does anybody have it handy who can post it?
Yeah, Sandhya ji just posted it in the chat.
Okay, already posted it. Yes, then that's the link. You'd register it and you should be good to go. It's the last 2 days, but you can still listen to that. Okay, thanks everybody from my side. Radhe Radhe. Good day and good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you next week. Thank you, everyone.